Hey, everybody. It's your boy, Sean McLaughlin at Options Sean on Twitter. Today is Wednesday, May 21st, 2025. A rare Wednesday call. We usually do these on Thursdays. But this is a weird week here at the McLaughlin house. My son graduates from fifth grade from elementary school tomorrow. So my schedule is going to be a little in flux with all the stuff going on with that. So we thought we would just move this to today and just make sure we get it all in and don't have to rush. So thanks for being with me. I'm back home. Last week, wow, I came at you from New Orleans. A wonderful trip in New Orleans. But hey, back in the saddle, and we got lots to talk about. But before we do that, of course, let me just bring up my old disclaimer that everything I discuss here is for educational purposes. Yada yada yada. I'm showing you what I'm doing with my money, and I hope that you learn something along the way. So. Let's start. We don't often start with this chart, but let's start with the chart of Bitcoin. Bitcoin, right? Now, I'm bringing this up because if you've been living under a rock, or maybe you haven't opened up a newspaper or watched the news in the last 24 hours, you've likely heard that Bitcoin is at all-time highs. At the moment, trading at around 109,000. That's a 109 handle for the first time ever, I believe. Now, does that mean that Bitcoin's going to a million right now? I doubt it. But what that says to me is that risk on is back. We've seen it in the stock indices. We've seen it in the S&P. We've seen it in the NASDAQ. They're not yet back to all-time highs, but seeing Bitcoin breaking out to new all-time highs, that to me is a very big risk on signal that tells me that this bull market is back and it's going to spill into a lot of things. Now, curiously, I have a couple short positions on that are starting to work again pretty well. I mean, I'll bring this up. I got KBH. We're long some September 50 puts. We got tested soon after we got in. We got into this about May 6th. Got tested, but it got rejected at its declining 50-period moving average, which is what you'd like to see in a stock that is weak. And we're seeing the follow through to the downside now in KBH. I'd like to see it get back below 50 or get below 50. That's when things really get interesting. But the KBH is working. We have another short position on Churchill Downs that also came up and retested, came close to retesting some levels, but it's rolling back over. So I just bring these up because as bullish as I am on the market right now, it's interesting to see that some of my short positions are working. Hey, sometimes better to be lucky than good. I see you, Phil. I see you in chat. What's up, buddy? Thanks for tuning in. All right, so let's do this. We don't have any portfolio activity this last week. We had no positions exit, whether, either for a win or for a loss. We had no adjustments to make, which is good. We just had positions that we've been in start moving in the right direction. So we don't have any new exits to talk about. We do have some updated stops, which is nice because the last few weeks, we haven't really been updating too many stops as the market was finding its footing and the positions we were in were finding their footing and coming back off of their retracements. But we do have some positions now that we can update stops. So we'll, in no particular order here, we'll just start here with KC. This is Kingsoft Cloud Holdings. We're long the November 25 calls. We got into these back on April 23rd. It's not working as fast as I would hope, but this chart pattern to me is very constructive. I like this level of kind of chopping around here, this higher level of chopping around. I like this. I would like to see it break through in the next week or so, but I am raising my stop up to 1150. The stop before this was 10. I am raising the stop up to 1150. If KC rolls over and sees a closing price below 1150, that would not be something that I would like to see, and I will look to close the position and salvage whatever I can in those calls at that point. So the new stop in KC is at 1150. Next is Groupon. Groupon, we've already sold half of our position at a double, which was the plan going in. Happened maybe quicker than I thought it would, which, hey, that's a good thing. And so you can see here, we bought the October 25 calls back in late April. After this, I believe this was an earnings whoosh there. We were able to sell half. But what I'm really liking now is this high consolidation, this high tight flag that's forming here. This to me is a very, very bullish pattern. I would expect to see Groupon break out of this higher in the coming days, maybe in a week or so, maybe this afternoon, who knows? But we've already locked in some small profits, so we can't lose in this trade. Obviously, if this thing just rolls over, We might just walk away with a small winner, but we're positioned very well to have a very large win in this trade. So I like our chances. I've moved our stop up to 20 now. I would hate to see Groupon come back and fill most of this gap here back to 20, get below what was the previous resistance before earnings. That would not be a bullish development for me. So any close below Groupon or any close below 20, that's my signal to get out. All right, next up, again, no particular order here. Comstock Resources, CRK. This is our friend Jerry Jones has been buying this one. He's been popping up on insider buy scans a lot over the last several months. Hey, if Jerry Jones likes it, why shouldn't we, right? I'm kidding. That's not why we get into trades. It's the chart first. And boy, when we got into it, it looked like the market was laughing at us. 3 straight days of just like laughing in our face. But it held where it needed to hold. And then we since broke out and we're long a September bull call spread here. So we're long the 22 calls. We're short the 30 calls. We paid $1.85 for it. Right now, the spread is starting to work for us. Similar to Groupon, it broke out. Now it's just kind of flagging up here. I like this pattern. It feels constructive to me, but I'm raising my stop to 20. If we get below 20, that would be meaning that the stock has gotten back below where we first got in and also below a 50-period moving average, which those two things don't add up very nicely to me. So 20 is my new stop in Comstock Resources. Next up, QBTS. Boy, this thing started running for us immediately. And you know what I like about stocks that start running immediately after I get into them is that in almost every case, this is not true in 100% of the situations, but the vast majority of my biggest winners are trades that started working right away. Trades that I took no heat in, trades that didn't make me second guess my entry, didn't make me second guess where my stops were. No, the trades that start working right away, those tend to become my biggest winners. Now, I'm not saying the QBTS D-Wave Quantum is going to be my biggest winner of the year. I'm not saying that. But this is how the biggest winners always start out, almost always. So I'm very optimistic about this trade. It's starting out great. We're long. By the way, we went way out. We bought January 2027 calls. All right, those are leaps, ladies and gentlemen. That has what? Almost 2 years to expiration. We bought the 20 calls. This thing, I mean, if this is one of those stocks that just goes on to change the world, this could be a killer trade. We have so much time. And I raised my stop to 10, and maybe that's too tight given that I have until January 2027. In fact, moving the stop to 10 is probably where I'll leave it for a while, even if this stock doubles from here. I don't know. We'll reassess there, but I don't want to have a stop that's too tight because we have so much time. All right. I basically wrote a check for $3.70 per contract, right? In my mind, I should view that as it's an investment. It's a long-term investment. We don't think in investment terms so much here with options. But to me, this feels like an investment. And I almost feel like, look, I'm either a hero or it's a zero. Okay. And I'm willing to sit through some volatility because I have so much time. Stocks like this are going to be volatile. If this stock is going to go to $100, there's going to be some big pullbacks along the way. But if it does go to $100 and I'm still along for the ride, holy moly, we got ourselves a nice big winner. But for now, I'm going to raise the stop at 10. I'm going to leave it there for a while. All right. All right. Last up, I just want to call this avocado. I don't know if that was intended by the Broadcom people. I have no idea where this AVGO ticker came from for Broadcom. If somebody knows, put it in the chat. Let me know. But I just want to call it avocado. But this is Broadcom ticker AVGO. We are long a June/September 250 strike call calendar spread. What does that mean? What does all that gobbledygook mean? It basically means I'm short the June 250 calls, and I use that to offset the cost of owning the long September 250 calls. Those are the calls I want to own. I wanted to own the 250 calls. I just didn't want to pay full price for them. You know, I wanted to go shopping. I wanted to go get something on sale, right? So I sold the June 250 calls against it to lower my cost of participation. All in, it cost me $6 net debit. The trade is working very well. It might even be working a little too well. If we get to 250, which is my short strike on these, if we get to 250, which is my strike for both of these options, but if we get there before the June options expire, then I'll just take the trade off It'll be a win. It'll be a nice win, but it won't be the win I was looking for. But once we get above 250, if avocado, I'm going to call it, if it keeps ripping past 250, all of a sudden I get on the backside of my P&L curve of a calendar spread, and my potential gains actually go down. Right. So my max potential gains actually go down. So I don't want to be on the backside of that curve. So if we get to 250 before June expiration, I will close this spread. It'll be a profit. I don't know how much the profit will be. It'll depend on how close we are to that expiration day. But in a perfect world, avocado just trades up into like the 240s and just hangs there until June. My June calls bleed off, and then I'm left with the September calls with the potential for unlimited gains. But all that said, I'm raising my stop to 195, which is just below this consolidation, or just below this little breakout level where we got in. I don't want to see avocado come all the way back down there. That would not be bullish in my eyes. So there we go. 195 is a new stop in avocado. So that's it for all the updated stops. We have two new trades that we've put on since we last spoke. I'll be putting on a new trade again later today. So stay tuned for that. You'll get an email about it. You can see it in the chat, of course, which, by the way, guys, every new trade that we put on, if this is your first time here watching the show, every trade that I put on, we have a detailed blog post that goes out that details why we like the setup, how we're trading it, what option strategy we're using, where I may manage risk, where I may stop out of the position, where I may or may not take profits, where I may make adjustments along the way. All of those details are laid out in every blog post for every trade that we put on. It's available to subscribers at All Star Options. If you're not involved, get involved. I got the link in the chat there. Subscribe to All Star Options. We'd love to have you. We have a live chat community where we have not just me in there. A lot of the customers, everyone's hanging out, sharing ideas. Where a lot of ideas shared over the last couple of days from other people, really smart people. We'd love to have you a part of that. So come on in. The water's warm. Come on in. All right. So anyway, ASTS, this is the position we got into last week. We bought, the details are on the blog. You can find them there, but we are bullish. You can see here we got in on May 19th. So far, it's not agreeing with us, but we have time. We have time. So stay tuned. But ASTS, we are bullish on. The next trade we got into is Viva Systems, ticker VEEV. Similar to ASTS, it's not moving yet, but it's also not moving. It's just kind of consolidating. It's a nice high consolidating pattern. I would like it to see it resolve this breakout here, or resolve the breaking out of this base. I think this stock can make a move into the high 200s, maybe even make a $300 roll. Wouldn't that be nice? But we are long Viva Systems. Again, I'll have a new trade out later this week, or I'm sorry, later this afternoon. So check your inbox, check the chat room. It'll all be up in there. All right, guys. As always, here's the updated stops. If you want to take a screenshot, I know some of you asked for that, so there you go. There's the updated stops. Phil, I see you. I crushed it at Groupon. Hey, man, trade's not over yet. We didn't crush anything yet, but thank you. All right, there's the updated stops. And as always, guys, if you have any questions about anything that we've discussed here, about All-Star Options, about any of the trades we have on, you need any information at all, just shoot me an email, info@allstarcharts.com. That'll get routed to me. I'll be happy to answer you as best I can, and I'll do it as quickly as I can. And I mentioned, if you're not in All-Star Options, there's the link. You can visualize it there. You could click on it in the YouTube chat room there, stockmarkettv.com/get All-Star Options. And, I'd like to give a little shout out to my friends at TrendSpider who let me use their charts. If you like the charts that I share here on these shows, head to trendspider.com. And if you use my promo code Sean50, they'll give you 50% off off a subscription plan at trendspider.com. I love the charts. They're nice and clean. I think you'll like them too. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. If you're starting your weekend today, Phil, I know you start your weekend on Thursday nights. So good. Have a great weekend to you. Enjoy. Hey, it's Memorial Day. Memorial Day is early this year. Wow. Memorial Day. So have fun out there. Summer is here. It's the unofficial start of summer. I got a 5th grade graduation to go to tomorrow, so I'll be busy. But hey, you guys be well, and hit me up in the chat room or hit me up on Twitter @OptionsSean. We'll talk to you again soon. Until next time, be well. Take care.